In our previous video about EZVIZ products, we took a look at the C6C and home security camera, and today is the other product from the EZVIZ ecosystem, which is the alarm starter kit. So within this alarm starter kit itself, there are 4 different things, and we are going to run you through what each of them does and how you use it. Okay, so let's do a quick unboxing first, and inside this box itself, we do get another power brick, which is also USB powered. This is even low power, it's only 5 volts 1 amp, so 5 watts in total. And this is a wireless open close detector. User manual, quick start guide, we might need it, so we just leave it there. Remote control. And then this is the internet alarm hub. And this is the wireless pet immune PIR detector. Not sure what that PIR is, but that's what it is. I'll just leave the box aside. So within the alarm starter kit itself, this thing is the most important one. You might only need one of them. Actually, most of the time you only need one, because this thing is a hub to connect all of these devices together. So inside this box itself, you have a charger cable, and this is the hub itself. It's kind of pebble shaped, but it's also kind of big, but I'll just leave it here for now. And inside here, we also have a limited warranty. Okay, we'll just leave it in the box itself and put this aside. So we'll power on this thing first, because without the hub itself, none of these devices will work. Okay, so now we got this hub hooked up, and we're just gonna leave it on the table first because we need to unbox all of the other things. So first of all, this is the wireless pet immune PIR sensor thing. It's kind of like a proximity sensor, so it detects motion and then it will do whatever you set it to do. So I don't know why this thing can't stand on its own. This thing is not supposed to stand on its own, so I'll just leave it upside down for now. And inside this box here, we have another accessories box, which hopefully I can get it out. So inside this accessories box itself, we have some mounting kits. And it's pretty much similar to the C6CN, so you got this sticker template here to if you want to wall mount this thing. Or you can just double-sided sticky tape this ball head joint thing, which will just lock onto the proximity sensor itself. So what you do here is slot it at the back. Not sure if you can see this, but you can see there's a slot there. Just slot it in, push it up, and then it locks in place. One good thing about this ball joint is, of course, you can point it to whichever angle you like. And with this sticky tape, I presume you can just buy another sticky tape and then reapply to wherever you want. So the first thing's done, and the second one, this is actually my personal favorite in terms of curiosity wise, because remember the Xiaomi home kit that we reviewed late last year, I think? That thing came with this kind of motion sensor thing as well, but that one requires a magnetic moving part, I guess, and then another stationary part. It's a 2-part device. So when one of the parts move, the other one will sense that the magnetic field has moved, so it will trigger the sensor with that method. I think it's using Hall sensor, but this one is using gyro, so it's only a single device, and you just use this sticky tape and stick it to whatever you want. So imagine this, if I stick this to a door, and then when I open the door, it detects movement. And according to EZVIZ, I think it's about 3 degrees of movement that it can detect. Once it moves by 3 degrees, this thing will get triggered. So inside the box here, you get 2 of these strips. I'm not sure why they give it 2. Maybe they kind of know that you'll reapply it somewhere else later, maybe. And inside here, you also have another micro USB cable, because this thing is battery powered, and you can charge it via the micro USB cable here, the port at the bottom. So according to EZVIZ, they told us is that you need to charge it in about every 3 to 6 months. I'm not too sure, but anyway, the app will tell you when it needs to be charged. So this thing is also removable. As you can see here, there's an open and close indicator at the back. Just slide it off, take only the sensor part with you, go charge it, and then slot it back in. So you don't have to take out the 3M tape every time you have to charge the sensor. And now the last part of this home kit is the remote control. This thing is pretty straightforward, of course. So what you have here is another pebble-shaped remote control. So what you can do here is to trigger the alarm. Just press this and then the alarm will sound. And then you've got a sleep mode, leaving home mode, at home mode, and also a disable alarm button here. Pretty straightforward, and this thing is using button cell battery. I'm not too sure how long this lasts, but yeah, button cell batteries are common to find anyway. So now we unboxed everything, and what we have to do now is to enter the EZVIZ app and then click this little button here. I think it's an add button, and from here you can scan whichever, it's bright, scan whatever QR code that you want to add. So there's a QR code behind here. I'm not gonna show you because I'm too lazy to censor it out later anyway. I'm just gonna scan it and it detected. So I'll just press add and done. It's already paired with the EZVIZ app, which I have set up in the C60N video, which I highly suggest you to check it out because this whole ecosystem works with that camera as well. Okay, so overall user menu here is pretty much the same. And now what I'll do is just to add all of the sensors together with this hub. So now what we have to do here is to press this button once to add new devices. So
add detectors.
It says add detectors.
Power on the detector.
Power on
and approach it to alarm hub and trigger signal to add.
Okay, what we're gonna do here is pair with this first because you have a big button here. Press it.
Wireless open close detector.
It detects. Oh, that's fast. Okay, so this one's done. Second one is this. We have to pull out the battery tab first. Then
remote control added.
Okay, that's fast. So that's 2 out of 3, and the last one is this one. How do we add this? Okay, there's a button at the back. So when we press this, okay, before you press this, remember to remove the blue tab. So okay, once we remove that, now we can press the button.
Wireless pet immune PIR detector added.
Okay, so once all of these things are added, we can exit adding mode onto the hub itself, which we just have to press the settings button once again.
Finished.
Okay, so that's done. So now back to the app itself, when you refresh your dashboard of that hub, you get all of these devices in it. So as you can see here, we have all 3 sensors, the wireless PIR detector, the wireless open-close detector, and also the remote control. As you can see here, it says that the remote control is armed. I'm not sure why, so what we can do here is by pressing at home mode.
Leaving home mode is on after 30 seconds.
Nope.
At home mode is
Yes,
on.
that is at home mode. Okay, so we do need some getting used to all the icons on the remote control itself. So after we got all of these sensors hooked up to this hub itself, the dashboard will show you all of the sensors that are connected into this hub, like we mentioned earlier. And this dashboard here also shows you the alarm mode that you are currently using. So we are currently at home mode, which means that these 2 sensors are disabled. Only the remote control, of course, it's the kind of like a master control thing, which is armed. So if we press leaving home mode, all of these things will be armed after 30 seconds. It gives you enough time to leave the house without triggering the alarm, and once you left the house, it will arm itself.
Intrusion.
And the last mode available here is called sleeping mode. So I guess the reasoning behind the disablement of this PIR sensor in sleep mode is because if you wake up in the middle of the night and you just want to go to the toilet or something, it wouldn't trigger the alarm and just scare you. Okay, so some of you might think that this is a little bit annoying, right? Why do you have to go into the app and press which alarm mode do you want every time, or just use this alarm to press your alarm? So what you can do here is to enter the settings menu and then configure the arming schedule. What you can do here is, of course, as the name suggests, add a schedule for what alarm mode to be turned on during that specific time range. So it's very intuitive, so you can explore that on your own. We're not gonna do it because our office hours is as usual anyways. So let me tell you a story on how all of these things can help you at home. So imagine this, it's lunch hour because quarantine season, and you have the motion detector hooked up on your doorstep. So what you can do is actually you just tune it to detect motion and then give you a soft kind of doorbell alarm notification. You can do that on the app itself, which I'm going to do it now. Okay. And that's the beep. And if you want to hook up the open close detector on the door, so it will give you a notification if someone comes home, what you first have to do is attach this to the door. We're just going to leave it on the table here. Hold the button until it flashes red so it can calibrate which is the resting state. It will take about 10-15 seconds. We're just going to leave it here for a while. So once the red blinking is gone, which means this thing is now ready to be used. So when it detects motion, it will beep. And the best thing about this is that if you just stick this behind a wall, if the person behind the wall can't see this sensor, they won't even know it's there, and they can't really bypass it. Because one thing that I worry about with those hall sensors is that if I have a magnet of my own, why can't I just slap it on the door and then bypass it, right? I don't know how that works, but that's possible. So with this thing, it's a single piece using gyro sensor, and I don't really see a way on how you can bypass it. With a tiny motion of just 3 degrees, it detects, and I think this is just one of my favorite piece of hardware within this entire sensor kit. So before we forget, of course, the remote control itself. So this thing is pretty simple. This big red button here is for you to trigger an emergency alarm, and that's about it. If you want to pair more devices to the hub itself, all 3 of these sensors are sold separately as well. This alarm starter kit is just a bundle of them, and since you already have this hub, which means you can hook up more devices into the same hub and you don't have to buy the starter kit again. So yeah, that's it for the EZVIZ alarm starter kit, and the next video we'll be looking into the entire ecosystem itself by integrating these sensors with the C60N. And do stay tuned for that video as well, because I'm kind of interested to see how the whole thing works. So if you have any questions, do leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.